Hello my dear students, very good afternoon. We would like to discuss another Hindu newspaper. I am very sure that you all have gone through the newspaper so that we will have the best benefit of the program. I shall be discussing a few probable questions also from the newspaper. Today we shall discuss the Hindu dated February 22. India waited till China pulled back its troops, says that is the government view. India waited for China to clear the north and south banks of Pongangso Lake first before reciprocating the first phase of disengagement agreement. Amid surge in cases, centre orders more RT-PCR tests. Okay, amid surge in cases, centre orders more RT-PCR tests. 6 states are continuing to witness more COVID cases. They are Kerala, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and J&K, which are witnessing a surge in the number of daily COVID-19 cases, calling for an increase in the proportion of RT-PCR tests while ensuring that those testing negative with the rapid antigen test be retested by RT-PCR. Okay, these are the COVID vaccination strategy by the government. The first question is given to you: the 15th Finance Commission's tenure. Tenure starts. The 15th Finance Commission's tenure starts in 2021-22 to which year? What is the terminal year? That is a question. What is the, you give me the answer please. I expect you people to respond to the question. What is the terminal year of the 15th Finance Commission? Yes, it is correct, it is 2025-26, which is true, very correct. 2025-26 is the terminal year of the 15th Finance Commission's tenure. Second question: the 15th Finance Commission recommended that %% of the divisible pool of taxes should be given to the states. We know that the tax collected by the centre, not all, a divisible portion that is divided between the centre and the states, and this division takes place on the recommendation of the Finance Commission. Finance Commissions from time to time will recommend to the central government to share a portion of the tax collected with the states. And what portion of the divisible taxes will be shared between the centre and the states? That is a question. Is it 39, 40, 41, 42 or 45? Which is true? Yes, 41%. 41% of the total shareable taxes pool will be shared with the centre by the states. Okay. So original proposal was for 42, but when Jammu and Kashmir was made union territories, it was reduced to 41%. So 41% of the total shareable pool will be shared with the states by the centre. The third question is given to you: the Finance Commission has recommended to the revenue deficit grant of nearly rupees dash lakh crore, dash lakh crore there is a typo here, rupees dash lakh crore. Is it 1.53 lakh, 4.29 lakh, 3.82 lakh, 2.95 lakh or 6.11 lakh crore should be paid to 17 states in the next 5 years? How many lakh crore will be given as grants, revenue deficit grants to states? Yes, 2.95 lakh crore is correct. It should be paid to 17 states in the next 5 years. Very important question. Finance Commission has just given the recommendations to the central government, so that has come to the limelight, very important for the exams. The 15th Finance Commission is chaired by whom? Who chaired the 15th Finance Commission? Is it N.K. Singh, N.T. Ramarao, C. Venkataramanan, Dr. Subbaravu and C.R. Narasimham? Yes. Who is the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission? Very good. It is Mr. N.K. Singh, who is the chairman of the 15th Finance Commission, that submitted its first interim report to the government, recommendations to the government. Navigating the storm, the 15th Finance Commission has adapted well to swiftly shifting sands. A pair of balanced scales representing the Union of India and states, the cover visual of the Finance Commission's report for the period 2021-22 to 2025-26 seeks to highlight Commission's endeavour to maintain an equitable approach at a time when centre and the states are facing unprecedented revenue stress and fiscal demands. This is the exact position of the governments, both the centre and the states. There is heavy revenue stress, but there is unmatching fiscal demands. The centre has accepted much of the Commission's broad recommendations, including giving states 41% share of the divisible pool of taxes and revenue deficit grant of 2.95 lakh crore for 17 states in the next 5 years. And 60% of these grants will be further linked to these bodies providing sanitation and water services. Okay, 60% of these grants will be used for providing sanitation and water services. While panel has suggested moving 1.53 lakh crore out of the Consolidated Fund of India for the 5 years to partly finance this. What is that this? Listen, a non-lapsable fund dedicated to support internal security and defense modernization. Generally, where funds are the funds that are allocated for a particular year, if not used, will get lapsed. So central government requested the Finance Commission for a non-lapsable dedicated fund to support defense and internal security, to which the Finance Commission suggested moving 1.53 lakh crore out of the Consolidated Fund of India over the 5 years to partly finance this. All taxes get accrued to the Consolidated Fund of India. Government of India has got 3 accounts: Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India and the Public Accounts of India. So all taxes are levied and accrued to the Consolidated Fund of India. All expenditures are charged on the Consolidated Fund of India. So, if 1 rupee is to be spent from the Consolidated Fund of India, it requires parliamentary sanction, that is being done through the budget. So, government says that government requested that it needed a non-lapsable fund, to which the commission recommended 1.53 lakh crore out of Consolidated Fund of India, which will be non-lapsable. So, these are recommendations, government may accept or may refuse to accept. Fifth question, NASA's latest Mars expedition carried dash rover. Is it a Curiosity, Perseverance, Adventure, Epsom or Cruiser? Name the rover that NASA's latest Mars expedition carried. Very good, quick response. I am extremely happy, it is Perseverance. It is a Perseverance rover that landed and sent to us more information regarding the Mars. Yes, India has signed an agreement with which country to develop, support and maintain National Defence Force Coast Guard service at Sifaru. Where is Sifaru? Sri Lanka, Nepal, Afghanistan, Ukraine or Maldives? Yes, it is Maldives, very correct, it is Maldives. India has signed an agreement with which country to develop, support and maintain National Defence Force Coast Guard at Sifaru. Where is it? It is in Maldives. Very important, when India provides a grant to any country, India makes international helps, they become very important. India has signed an agreement with Maldives, a defence line of credit agreement worth rupees dash million. Is it 25, 50, 75, 100 or 200? India has provided a line of credit to Maldives. How much does the credit worth? The credit is worth 50 million, the second option, that is the correct one, 50 million. India has offered Maldives 50 million defence line of credit. India Maldives sign defence pact. India and Maldives signed a defence line of credit agreement worth 50 million during the ongoing visit by External Affairs Minister Jaishankar. Both sides agreed to maintain peace and security in the Indian Ocean region. The defence line of credit will facilitate capacity building in the maritime domain. Okay. So, very important. China, India to push for resolving remaining issues. Listen, we know that in the month of June, both the forces were face to face, and in the clashes between the armies, India lost 20 Jawans, and it was for the first time, it has been for the first time since 1967 that India lost its troops in the eastern border. A few days ago, China confirmed that it too lost 4 soldiers, including a commander. So now both armies have made many layers of discussions and rounds of discussions at the commander levels, and finally they decided to disengage, and it would take time. Now the countries have decided to push for resolving remaining issues. The border between India and China has not been clearly demarcated so far. 8th question, Simon Thomson, whose name has been the news frequently, is the new US Trade Representative, new Director General of WTO, CEO of Cairn Energy, the new Chairman of the Federal Reserve. None of these. Who is Simon Thomson? He was in the news continuously of late. Very good, the answer is correct. He is the CEO of Cairn Energy. We know that Cairn Energy won 1.2 billion arbitration award in a retrospective income tax case in India, and against this demand, Cairn moved International Arbitration Court and won. Now Government of India is negotiating hard with Cairn Energy to abandon the claim, and the negotiation has been continuing for many a day now. Cairn Energy seeks swift resolution, firm to invest in India if solution is arrived at. Days after Cairn Energy CEO Simon Thomson met top finance minister officials on tax arbitration award enforcement, company officials said a number of proposals were discussed with the government to find a mutually acceptable swift resolution, and the company would look at investing more in India if such a resolution occurs. Okay, a few days ago government aired its intention to fight the case further. So we have to wait and see what is going to happen. Iran says talks with IAEA chief fruitful. I briefed about it yesterday also, that Iran's nuclear aspirations was clearly controlled by the P5 plus Germany agreement that was signed with Iran in 2015. The permanent Security Council permanent members, 5 members plus Germany, signed an agreement with Iran, under which Iran decided and agreed to not to enrich uranium for military purposes, and Iran agreed to put its nuclear installations under the scrutiny of IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the nuclear watchdog of the United Nations. But in 2018, the Donald Trump administration unilaterally moved out of the agreement, and that spited Iran, and Iran said that it was also not agreeable any further to the 2015 agreement. So now Iran says that Iran is ready to discuss further, provided America stops its embargo against Iran. 9th question, Novak Djokovic, who won the Australian Open recently, is the nationality of USA, Croatia, Serbia, Montenegro, Slovakia. The new Australian Open winner. Australian Open is the first of the Grand Slams. The Grand Slams are Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon and the US Open. great champion Novak Djokovic. He is a nationality of Serbia, the great Serb. He is a Serbian nationality, very important question, a great sport champion. 10th question, pick out among the following the most correct statement or statements among the following with regard to Australian Open men's singles event in 2021. Russia's Daniil Medvedev was beaten in the final. Novak Djokovic has won his 18th Grand Slam title. Novak Djokovic has become the one who won maximum Grand Slams. This year's title was Djokovic's 9th Australian Open title. Djokovic has become the only man in history to win 9 titles at the same major. Very important question. This may come for your examination. All this information will be important. The question may not come as such, but when a national champion, when international champion is born, of course Djokovic has been a presence for long time now. Sandra Soman has given answer choice number 4, C and E, and that is C and D, that is correct. C and D is correct. So what are the mistakes? C, Djokovic has become the one who won maximum Grand Slams, that is wrong. Maximum Grand Slams are won by Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Roger Federer and Nadal, Rafael Nadal won 20 Grand Slams so far. They have tallied at 20 Grand Slams. 20 Grand Slams were won by Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. And what is wrong with E? Djokovic has become the only man in history to win 9 titles at the same major. No, that is wrong. Rafael Nadal has won 9 French Open titles. So maximum Grand Slams 9 won by Rafael Nadal in French Open and now Djokovic in Australian Open. So both C and E are wrong. Please go through this news item. History is created by Djokovic. He extended his record-breaking reign at Melbourne Park on Sunday. So please read. If I have skipped any valuable information, you may please read this. Thank you very much, my dear students, for the kind participation. I expect all of you to make good use of this program. All the 10 questions that we discussed today will be available in the Daily Gyan section of our mobile application. Make sure that you read the newspapers very well for future examinations. All this information may be important, and reading in continuity is very important for making ideas. At some point of time you will understand everything as a good story, a continuing story. So that is what is required. At 3 o'clock today we will have another session of either math, English or reasoning. Thank you very much. We shall meet again. Goodbye.